Hello and welcome to the OverShadow ShadowCast, and welcome to the What? Why did I say welcome twice?
I don't know. I have not no idea what's going on inside your
How
weird
does
little
my
brain.
volume sound?
It sounds fine.
Hello and welcome to the OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and Tech Wizard Abigail Mowat.
Welcome back, everybody.
What have you been
All
playing?
of 5 people. I have been playing.
Is it going to be GTA Online again?
It is going to be GTA
This is
Online again.
basically the same thing as before when you were just playing GTA 3.
Well, I don't have time. I've not had any time to play any other
Yeah, but
games
you're
apart
choosing to
from
play GTA instead of something else,
because it's
so...
the only game you will play with me. That's why.
Yeah, but why haven't you played something else by yourself?
Because I am lonely.
No, but well, there are times when I can't play GTA, so you play GTA Online by yourself. Why?
Because I want to level up.
I'm asking if you're enjoying it or not.
Don't roll your eyes at me, sir.
I don't roll my eyes, I roll my head round my eyes.
That's just very. Stop it. That's really creepy. I don't want to see that. Be gone.
So, are you enjoying
I do
the
enjoy it. I do.
experience?
I am enjoying it, but I think I maybe need to take a break from it for a little while and play something else.
Battlefield 5.
No, I don't want to play more Battlefield.
Battlefield 1.
I've had enough of Battlefield for a lifetime. I can't get past a certain point, and I've forgotten all the controls for
Beton.
it anyway.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was young.
There's literally like what 2 years difference between the two of us.
Well, no,
There
the
is
point
actually
is,
2 years difference between the two of us.
you're only 2 or 3 years into playing games, so I'd have been about 10 at that time.
I was playing games. I was just playing the same one over and over again because we didn't have able to buy other games.
We didn't have able to buy. Okay.
Because we were never near a games like what was it game
Ah,
station
yeah,
or
you
whatever it
lived out in
is.
the middle of nowhere. It would have been Electronic Boutique for a while, and then Game and Game Station, and
Yeah.
then it would have been Game.
But also we didn't know a lot about video games and things like that.
Vidya games. A lot of my Vidya games were about
We
Ergos.
got we got a second-hand PS1
Yep. Eh.
and we just basically kind of played we played the Philosopher's Stone, Spyro, the third one, You're the Dragon. There was a tennis game, but we were terrible at that. There was one that had like a little troll or something that used its tail as a whip. It was wanting to collect gems and things like that.
Did you play Harry Potter?
I just said that Philosopher's Stone.
Right. I was ignoring the rest. It didn't make sense. What did you think of the first Harry Potter game?
Oh, loved it. We loved it. We played it over and over again.
Yeah. First two for PlayStation were quite good.
The
I
best
also got them
level.
again for the remakes. They remade the first two and put them out on the next
I
generation. So
don't
it was
care.
I got two on the GameCube and I got the first one again on the Xbox.
We just got the PS1 one.
The jump in graphical quality, to be honest, though, between PlayStation 1 and Xbox was insane.
Oh, the jumping was terrible in PlayStation 1. Like, it was just god
Graphical
awful.
quality jump.
Well, I'm talking about the controls.
I don't think you could jump in Harry Potter 1,
Yeah, you
could you?
could. You had
Could
to
you?
jump over bookcase. You had to jump bookcases
Oh,
and
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
best level though. What was your favorite level?
There wasn't a level. It was just
Well, what was your favorite part of the game?
Quidditch was funny.
No, for us it was the green gots when you had to collect the money. That
Yeah,
was the
that
best
was
bit.
good. Hmm.
That was the
Yeah, I
best bit,
remember.
hands down.
I like. I have a bit of a hunter-gatherer issue with that. I like inventory management and buying stuff, and when it's a good system. So I wish there'd been a bit more of that.
I think it was. I think it was the first Harry. Was it the first Harry Potter game, or was it the second, where there was like a secret level where you could go and collect like missing objects if you went up to like a message board? It might have been the second one.
That strikes me as the second one, not the first one.
Yeah.
Did you play this game with the secret area?
No, yeah, yeah. I had to look up how to do it.
Did you play the second Harry Potter game?
Yes.
Okay,
I've
just
played
double checking.
I've played Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets,
Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and
Chamber of
I've played
Secrets.
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I always wanted to play the fifth game because I heard good things about the fifth one. Order of the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Hmm.
A Phoenix.
I remember there was two guys arguing. One was playing Rome Total War at the time, and they were arguing about how you pronounce phalanx. Is it phalanx or phalanx? It's phalanx. I just jumped in. It's phalanx. Tell me I'm wrong. What's any of this got to do with GTA? You're just
Everything.
leveling up and
Got to
running
do
around shooting
everything
stuff.
with GTA.
So we played quite a bit.
Because Daniel Radcliffe played the creator of GTA in a movie or a TV show. So I have
radio play.
No, it wasn't radio play. It was a visual production. So it was either TV series or it was
web series.
It wasn't a web series. It was a TV series.
A limited web series.
It was a TV series. I remember it was on the BBC, I think.
You had to buy the special edition of GTA 5.
But so I have linked it. I've linked GTA back to Harry Potter. So there you go.
But with a lie.
It's not a lie. He played the founder of GTA in a TV series. Daniel Radcliffe. Well, I can't remember. I was about.
Don't. We'll deal with that when I'm older.
It's a minute now. You're older.
So you're playing GTA. You're enjoying it. You're just leveling up. We're doing lots of missions. Basically, our job at the minute is that while we're trying to find a fourth person to be part of our heist crew, you're just trying to complete all the missions so that you've got enough money and a high enough rank to buy as many of the good weapons as possible.
Yeah. On the next missions we need to play like flying ones because I need to get my flying skill up.
There's a flying school that you can do. I'll show you where that is so that you can do that whenever you're playing by yourself.
Okie dokie.
It's down by the airport, funnily enough. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I was just driving into the middle of the Alamo Sea trying to find it.
Yeah.
Where's this flying school, Splush? Is that all you've been playing?
That is all I've been playing.
Okay. So I played a bit more Rome Total War 2. I've nearly finished it. The one downside, I'd say, that it sounds an awful lot. It sounds as if it's been massively improved since its initial release. I had to reset my sentence. It sounds as if they've massively improved the game since its initial release. I do think, though, there's a bit of an end game issue because once you have Praetorian guards, there's very few units that one-on-one can handle them, if any at all. So I know it's because the Romans were the best, don't get me wrong, but the issue is there's almost no challenge out with context. So strategy and tactics are still very important. You can still be, you can still have units absolutely massively outnumbered, and that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're ever in a 1-to-1 fight, you're always going to win.
Yeah. The game changers.
Guard are too powerful.
Sorry, I thought you had stopped talking there. I thought you stopped your story.
What did you say?
The Game Changers. That was the series on BBC Two.
Right, well, that's exactly what the Praetorian Guard are in this, the Game Changers. But yeah, I'm nearly finished. I've only got like 5, 6, 7 provinces left to take out of like 150 or 200 or something.
Is that all the world?
Not the whole world. It's just what the Roman Empire might have been able to take from Parthia, Britain, pre-Sahara Africa, that sort of thing.
Pre-Sahara Africa?
I'm trying to think of the word that isn't sub-Saharan. Above the Sahara.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that's nearly done. It's fun, but I think it's just lacking that punch at the end. But I think Total War games do. Once you're in your stride, it's the early to mid game where it's really difficult. The later on stuff, they usually can't handle you. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I've also been finishing that off with my brother, and
There'll be a week where you don't say it like that.
it's really. So we finished the main story, and that was fun. I think they could have done it a bit better, but it was fun.
Yep, so you're just
And
not
then
doing
we
all the
did,
side quests now.
yes. So I'd done an awful lot of those before, but what I did was the DLC side quests, part of the last Maharaja pack.
Mm-hmm.
Rubbish. Interesting story,
Stop
but
touching
frankly,
your microphone.
really, 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 really badly done. Like, it just felt like they didn't care. There was
Yeah,
almost no cutscenes. I'm not sure how much sense anything made, and there was basically a bug that destroyed my enjoyment in every mission.
that sucks.
Yep, not the funny ones. There was a couple of funny ones. I'm talking about the ones where you're like, you try and assassinate somebody, and it's like catches on a plant that you should be able to
Yeah,
walk
like the
through, and then
the unplayable bugs.
well, it wasn't unplayable. It just I like being stealthy and going stabby stabby, and this game isn't designed properly for it. And then if a bug happens, because you're already on the limit, you're just like I couldn't get down off a wall, so I was just standing there going, and then I went down about 3 seconds later. But because of that, they'd seen me, and it's just because I like doing stealth well, but I
Yeah,
get very angry when stealth isn't doesn't let you do it
when
well.
stealth's not stealthy.
And then we did the last four missions of the side missions
Yeah,
because those only unlock after the main story's done, and they were a bit more enjoyable. I was very angry with the last one. It really upset me. I can't even remember why. I just stopped having. Oh, it was another thing where they just hadn't tested it properly. There was an area you've got to go in and you scan that area to look for something, but it activates. It's supposed to include a courtyard,
yeah.
but it activates in the hallway before I exited the building into the courtyard. And so I'm standing in the hallway looking around for a few seconds because it could be here. I'm just like, see if that had activated inside the courtyard. I'd have known it was in the courtyard. I'd have found it like that and I'd have moved on. But because I didn't, I lost 5 or 10 seconds, had to rush, and then I ran out of time to do what it was I was tasked with doing. And I just thought, that's
That's annoying.
it's just those wee things would have not bothered. Um, then my brother actually noticed something quite interesting, which was that the recommended level 10, right? So either you rank up as fast as you can
Yeah.
and you're level 10, that's the maximum level, or you follow the recommendations, in which case I'm level 10 because it says recommended level 10. But at the end of every mission, it still gave you experience points.
That's good.
But why would it do that if you're already maximum level? You can't use them.
Pointless. Absolutely pointless.
So either it's an admission on the game's behalf that you can just go in there and go "Bleh" all over the main story and finish it at level 5, which I don't recommend because I don't think it would be fun at all. Or they've just not thought it through.
Yeah.
So it's either an admission that they've not thought something through, or they haven't thought something else through and they've not realised it. It's just stupid.
Yeah. Sounds it.
Yeah. And then I went to do this other thing that's on the side of the game. It's not a DLC, I don't think, but it's a side addition to the game. I won't tell you what it is because it would spoil it, but it's a wee side thing. And it's a series of missions in a side area. Let's call it that. And I'm level 10 because you can do it at any point from sequence, I think 6 onwards. And
Yeah.
I'm after the end of the game. And so it's level 6 and 7, and I'm level 10. But you don't have all your abilities for some reason. It takes your skills away from you. So there's a couple of skills in that game that are necessary to fix, I think, fundamental flaws in the stealth
Yeah.
that they take away. So suddenly I'm getting quite annoyed at the bad stealth at points.
That's really annoying.
So yeah, honestly, Assassin's Creed 2 is probably one of my favorite games. I'm happy to say that it's one of my favorite games. If it had released like this, it would just be a game I've played.
Yeah.
There's just no real care here. There's no, oh, that needs to be zip, that needs to be tightened up. They need to have a bit more time. You know, if a guard sees me, right, and I'm as far away from him as I am from the mic, why can't I go stab and then move on?
Yeah, that makes no
Why does that
sense.
count? Like, why does that count as me having? Oh, in previous games, it was, what are you doing here? They wouldn't immediately attack you unless it was context specific.
Yeah.
They would go, what are you doing here? And then they would do something when they realized that you weren't just lost, you were actually doing something you shouldn't be. But in this, it's, oh my God, and then stab straight away. Or, oh my God, everybody knows you're there and a fight starts.
That's not
It should be
fun.
a little bit of time for me to have a reaction stealth kill.
Yeah.
Because it's also the fact it's a game. I'm not really there. I'm controlling an entire body with my thumbs. You got to give me some slack here, otherwise there's no way I can actually do it.
Oh, that sounds.
I'm not smelling anything. I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah.
I'm hearing some stuff. I'm seeing some stuff. It's just I just, yeah. I like some additions to the game. I like it. I think the bugs that they've left a lot of the time can be funny, which is absolutely fine. You 100% leave that. But it feels as though almost as if they just thought, oh, it's good enough, go on.
Yeah. Sort of.
And so yeah.
Sorry.
So I'll tell you what it's like when I play a bit more and I get through this extra wee side bit. And
Mm.
then after that is the Ripper DLC.
Yeah.
That's the big DLC where it actually takes you into it. Like, it's not the main game. You don't boot up your campaign. You boot up something else to end up in this DLC. It's pretty big. So I'll tell you what that's like when they're done. But that's the thing my brother is saying that I'll really enjoy.
Well, that's good that you think you'll
He-
enjoy it.
Yeah. And then
Some
we're going to move
confidence.
on. Yeah, we're going to finish Gears by playing the DLC that got released, and then we're going to play the beginning of Assassin's Creed Origins. We're not going to play the whole thing together because that in that game it becomes a lot more um, sandbox exploration,
Yeah.
like a bit more like Oblivion or The Witcher or something like that. They
Okay.
expand the game out a lot more.
Right.
Um,
I'm saying this like
so,
I understand what you mean, but
so GTA, you can go anywhere on that map,
yeah.
right? You can do that in Assassin's Creed, but it's sections of cities
Yeah.
and then connecting areas between them.
Mhm.
Whereas this is more like this is an entire area of Egypt. You can just run around in that. That's it.
Okay.
And they put lots of side missions and exploration, and you get equipment that you can equip. As opposed to it being tools that you unlock in this, a bit like a Zelda game, it becomes a bit more like, oh, I found a better sword. Let me just equip that.
Okay.
The Division.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it changes its tack quite considerably for the next three games.
Okay.
Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. So there's no way we could do that together. That's like 150 hours of. But we're going to play the beginning, and
Mhm.
then that way we can talk about the story's start at least, and then we can both play it separately, and then you know talk.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Cute.
that's it. So you had a story regarding clothing, was it?
I think it's Clash of Kings. Actually, it's actually Honor of Kings. Sorry, not Clash of Kings. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of a different game. I think Clash of Kings might be a different game
It
altogether.
is, yeah.
So basically, they have partnered up with Burberry, and Burberry has designed some outfits for the game. Um, it's interesting because the image that they're kind of putting out there, it's your, I don't know, it's like some kind of woodland elf or something like that. And she's wearing a very Burberry outfit, but it's so jarring to see that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No, but this isn't the first company that's kind of partnered
It,
up with a game to make outfits for the characters. I think it was Louis Vuitton and also Prada partnered up with I think it was Final Fantasy and made some outfits for those games, for those character game, for those
right. Final Fantasy, right? But that would be a bit different because
Yeah,
if
it's
it's a
like
main, are you talking about Final Fantasy 15,
I think so.
or are you talking about a
Yeah,
phone game?
no, Final Fantasy 13, I think.
What was the company called? Sorry.
It's Louis Vuitton and Prada.
Yeah, you're right. It's Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah,
At least that's what this story says. I might be misreading it. I'm reading it
yeah.
quickly. It's not a phone game from the sounds of it.
No. But this is a phone game. I think this is a phone game. Honor of Kings is a phone game.
Yes, it
But
is.
so, it's interesting the fact that you've got real world fashion designers who are pairing up with video games.
Yeah, I can explain it entirely. It's a bit of a give me all the money
Yeah. But
because I just had to look at the operating income that's registered here for Tencent Holdings, who are the people who make or who release
Honor of Kings.
Honor of Kings. I don't know how much Chinese renminbi is worth, but their operating income last year was 184 billion.
Wow. That's insane. I think it's also like I think this is also maybe an attempt to attract younger people to Burberry.
Well, there is the fact that apparently our age group is much less likely to buy that
High end
sort of
design.
designer clothing, yeah.
Yeah.
But Tencent Holdings Chinese, it works with the government apparently. It's one of those companies that I think we did a story about this before, but Tencent were maybe involved in some Epic games that were released,
I can't
or
remember.
yeah, it was something like that. It was something to do with an MMO. They made a variant, and one of the issues here is
Well, I think the whole the whole point is trying to attract a younger audience to Burberry. Because if I think Burberry, I kind of think
yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but that won't work. Not if anybody who's actually watching or playing the game, sorry, has any understanding, because as soon as they find out that that Burberry are working with a company that works with the Chinese government, um, in August 2019, it was reported that Tencent collaborated with the publicity department of the Chinese Communist Party to develop patriotic games.
yeah, but most people aren't going to know that. Most people aren't going to delve that far deep into it.
I agree, but the slight increase could be offset by the decrease of some people who will.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Like the outfit looks cool. Do not get me wrong. It
Mm-hmm.
looks
Mm-hmm.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'll go
It's
with
just
that.
very jarring.
Yeah, as I said, it's almost like anachronistic. It doesn't quite gel. Anachronistic, sorry, it doesn't quite gel. I know that's a time-based separation, but it's fantasy setting with Burberry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't really. Yeah.
So that's my story.
It would be like the Prime Minister coming to the dispatch box wearing a suit of armor.
Yeah. When
In
it
fact,
was
that would make sense because they've still got ridiculous rules about swords in that place. Did you know that if you
yeah.
refuse to leave, it's like Sergeant at Arms or the Master Sergeant at Arms, something like that, has to push a sword into your back and push you out the room
Yeah.
if you refuse to leave during a division, they call it.
All right.
If there's a division, everybody gets sent out to think about what they want to do and then brought back in.
Right.
And if somebody refuses to filibuster, the Master Sergeant at Arms goes and gets a sword and chases them out the room with it.
That is quite funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It is funny, but those people then decide, well, the right to protest just got cancelled in England.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech has been somewhat questionably altered north of the border. I mean, then they're running around chasing each other with swords. I mean, no, they should be wearing a certain type of jacket. The one that ties up the back.
Oh, right. Right. Yeah. Anyway, you have got a story. Did you not, or a
No, I
something?
had a thing I wanted to talk to you about. We did talk about it at the time, but we sort of glossed over it. We spoke about Ubisoft are making an open world Star Wars game.
I can't remember. Sorry.
Now, if memory serves, the exclusivity deal with EA was for publishing,
Yeah.
and EA only published their own games.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to publish a Ubisoft game. I don't think. Let's put it that way because it's too big a
Yeah.
thing, too big a contrasting interest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, well, at least let me clarify. If it's a Star Wars game, EA are going to make it and then publish it. So Ubisoft were able to make the game because EA's monopoly
Yeah.
is over.
Is it?
Yep. That's why Ubisoft are making a Star Wars game
Ah, right. Okay.
because EA are no longer given exclusivity of Star Wars games.
What, Disney take it away from them?
Yes, they didn't renew the contract of exclusivity because
When
it was
did that
disastrous.
happen?
A couple of months ago.
How did I miss that? Did we talk
Well,
about
you
it?
didn't. We spoke about Ubisoft. I just don't think you put the pieces together.
No, I did not.
So you knew that they weren't. Yeah. Anyway, so basically they've allowed other people to make it, but my suspicion would be that it was EA had the exclusivity on publishing, like releasing games that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
made,
yeah, yeah.
whereas other companies could make them, and if they could do a deal with EA, that would be okay. Or if they made it and sat it there when
Mm-hmm.
the exclusivity deal ran out, they could sell it. That's what I think happened. That Ubisoft started to make the game just before they spoke to Disney and said, "Are you going to let them have the exclusivity deal?"
Yeah.
And they've said no. So they started making the game, and then when the deal did run out, they kept making it and signed a deal to make this game.
Yeah.
It's an open world game. But now that we know that EA don't have the exclusivity, what would you like to see in Star Wars?
Well,
Or if you can't answer that, what would you like to play from the Star Wars golden era?
right. Well, I'm going to say, because it's like your favorite game of all time, I'm going to say KOTOR.
It's not my favorite game of all time, but it is up there. Yep. They are remaking it, I believe.
Ooh, are you happy?
Yes, because even if they screw it up, first two are still brilliant. Like a rubbish third one can't undo it.
It's win-win for you.
Yeah. It's either going to be great or those other ones are still there. What's the harm?
Yeah.
And even if they remaster it and it's the same game, if we buy enough copies, even if it's not as good as the original, it might push them to make a remaster the second one and
Yeah.
finish it and then make a third one.
Sounds a pretty decent deal
Mm-hmm.
for the players.
Is there anything else though? Anything that you would either like to see them make or you would like to play from that golden era that you haven't played
Well, I
before?
don't know any other games from the golden era.
So they would have come out, I'd say, around about let's go 2000 to
Is
2005 or
this one of the
10,
ones that was
around
for
about that.
like the PlayStation Portable thing?
No, it's not. I'm not. I'm asking you. It can be if that's what you heard about, but I'm asking you.
I
I'm
don't
not thinking of
know.
that.
I think it'd be quite fun to play each movie as a game.
So the Phantom Menace for PlayStation 1 was good. I don't know
No,
if they made a main.
the original trilogy, not the newer
Well, I was just
ones.
going through them all. Two, I don't think there's a mainstream console game for two. Three did have one that was very good for the Xbox. Four, five, and six, I don't think they have one.
Have they
I think
made the
the best
Clone
you would
Wars
be.
game?
No, they made Lego ones. So you could play those. Those are pretty good. The four, five, and six don't have one. I mean, you could say Rogue Squadron sort of does work like that, but yeah. Um, seven, eight, and nine can burn in hell. I don't care about those movies.
I don't know any other things I'd like to see.
I would say the original Battlefronts. I would say Republic Commando is amazing.
I don't know any of these games.
No, play them. I'm saying if you don't know these to suggest what you'd like to see, I'd say play these.
Okay.
Republic Commando was handed out on gold, so
I like the
you
fact you.
might have it.
I like the fact that you keep suggesting all these games to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm still playing GTA Online.
Mm. That's fine. We're
I've
talking
still
about
not
things
played.
we
I've
can
still not
record.
finished GTA 5 yet. I've not finished
No,
that
because
yet.
you were gonna go back, and we were gonna record it, and you were gonna play it.
No.
So once we're able to record, that's something we could do.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have time soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got one more assignment due for a
Yeah.
class, but I've also got a lot of catch up to do for college.
Yeah, but maths is now done, and then
Thank
psychology
God.
will be done. So even if you've got a lot of catch up to do, you'll probably actually catch up, and then you'll have lots of free time.
Well, I plan to get the essay. I'm hoping to get the essay done majorly for the dates. I get an extension because I'm dyslexic,
Mm-hmm.
but
When's it due?
Wednesday.
So you've got over a week.
No, I've got less. Well, no, I've got less than a week.
How?
Well, till the official day is the 31st.
And then you get 5 days,
Yeah.
taking you to the 36th.
Yeah. But I've also need to finish off my video project for college, and I should have been doing most of that today, and I totally forgot.
You kind of spaced on what I just said there. As long as you were working on something, it's something. So I wouldn't beat yourself up about it.
I wasn't working on anything. I went for a walk, and it totally shattered me. So I tried to sleep, and I couldn't.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't notice that I said the 31st plus 5 days is the 36th.
It's the 36, is it?
Yeah, you didn't notice I said that. Anyway, I am going to. You can do the wrap up then, and I would like you to think about. I'll send you a list of games that they made, and I'd like you to look at them. And without reading descriptions too much, don't read the plot line. Just have a little rough look at some blurb.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me which ones you're interested in.
Okay. Well, if you've liked what you've heard today, and you want to hear more, you can always hit that like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. You can hit the share button, hit the subscribe button for when we inevitably upload more videos, which would be next week.
Mm-hmm.
You can leave a comment down below. That'd be fantastic. We welcome all comments.
Mm-hmm.
We may not approve of all comments, but...
Well, we may not agree with them all, but as long as you're not threatening, I don't really mind.
Or you can email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at overshadow.shadowcast. All that information will be left in the description box down below. Hopefully.
I have a question, considering you're very tired.
Yes.
Is this recording?
Yes. I've been checking multiple times.
You did have to double check there, though, didn't you?
I have been checking multiple times. I actually have... This is me having more energy than I did like 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago, I was
dead in a ditch.
I'm not joking. My energy just dropped. Like, I was so tired. Like, I was so tired I couldn't sleep. And I think it's also because the fact that I had because I had a really late lunch, and it was quite a big lunch, so maybe that also didn't help. I ate bread and some chicken.
Do you know, I can't wait till at some point we do this. I don't know, I might be in my 50s by then, but we'd have a wee studio and we do this, right?
Yeah.
About 25 years. And we've actually spent the whole day together, and you actually still sit there and say, "Oh, I had my lunch, and I had this for my lunch, and that might be putting me, oh, it might make me tired, that might be why I'm feeling a wee bit drowsy."
No, I
I
tell
was
you what,
there.
I don't know.
I was there.
I don't know what it is, but recently, after I've had my lunch, I just want sleep. I just want a nap.
No, it's exhaustion. Your body eats when
Hopefully.
you're tired to give you chemical energy. It's why you like to eat sugar when you're exhausted.
Yeah.
And then it tries to make you fall asleep.
I'm just tired all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Farewell. I hope you guys have a good week.
Ditto. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.